All right, everyone, get ready for this deep dive where we're going to break down what it takes to transform that business idea you've been cooking up into a real moneymaker.
We're diving deep into an episode of Business Chats with Sarah and seasoned entrepreneur Michael.
Yeah, and we're going to cut through the noise and pull out the really good stuff, the stuff you can actually use.
This stuff that'll save you time and headaches.
Exactly.
Like when Michael goes on about validating your idea before you even think about logos and branding. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That's something people really need to hear, don't you think?
Huge.
It's so easy to get caught up in the thrill of a new project. But passion doesn't pay the bills.
Nope, it doesn't.
Michael's point is, you got to make sure there's an actual need for what you're offering before you invest everything you've got.
It's like, don't create a product first and then try to find a problem for it to solve, right? Find the problem first.
Yes, a problem that real people are facing and are willing to pay to have solved. You need to do your research and figure out who your target market is. Are you solving a problem that people actually have?
That's a really good point.
Right.
And while we're talking about things that can make or break a business, let's talk about funding.
It can be a scary word, funding.
It really can.
But Michael has a knack for explaining things simply, and he knocks down that myth that you need a ton of money to get started.
Which is such a relief, right?
Right. Bootstrapping and starting lean is the name of the game.
Can you give us an example of what that would actually look like in the real world?
Sure. Imagine you're launching a freelance writing side hustle. Instead of renting out an office space and immediately hiring employees, you start by offering your services on Upwork or Fiverr.
You start building your portfolio and getting those testimonials.
Exactly. And hopefully even some repeat customers.
And all that without spending a ton of money up front.
Exactly. And this approach works across different kinds of businesses. Say you want to open a bakery, for example.
Everyone loves a bakery.
Right. Instead of jumping right into a lease, try selling your stuff at a local farmer's market.
Or taking orders online.
Yeah. It's a way to test the waters before diving in headfirst.
It's all about managing risk, which is so smart.
It is. And Michael brings up another gem when he starts talking about that side hustle stage. He's a big believer in, finding that balance where your passion and being practical come together.
Instead of just quitting your job and hoping for the best.
Exactly. You're building something on the side, while still having that safety net.
Like a safety net to test things out, make mistakes, that kind of thing.
Exactly. You've got that cushion. You're not panicking about making rent if something goes wrong.
And speaking of things going wrong, Michael's not afraid to say that building a business is hard work, right?
Oh, he's all about the hustle. But, and this is important, doing it the smart way.
Using your time wisely.
Yeah. And that's where his advice about building a team comes in. But, and this might surprise you, he doesn't mean hiring a bunch of people right away.
Yeah. That's interesting because we always hear build a team, but Michael's saying something different.
He is.
Yeah.
He wants you to really get to know your business inside and out before you bring other people in.
Makes sense. How can you tell someone what to do if you don't know how to do it yourself, right?
Right. So you get your hands dirty, figure out the processes, and then you'll know exactly what kind of help you need.
And who to hire. Michael had some great advice about that, like focusing on your weaknesses.
Absolutely. What drains your energy? What are you not good at? Outsource that stuff.
Like if you're a creative person, maybe you need a virtual assistant to help keep you organized.
Exactly. Or if you're amazing at making a product, but marketing isn't your thing, hire someone who's a pro at that.
It's all about working smarter, not harder. And that leads us to what I think is the best piece of advice Michael gives. Ready for it? He basically says, don't wait for everything to be perfect. Get moving.
He does. It's like he's trying to shake people out of that rut where they're stuck planning and never actually doing anything.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the details.
Totally. You could spend forever tweaking your idea trying to make it perfect, but guess what?
You'll never launch.
Exactly. And while you're stuck, someone else is out there making moves.
And you know what else?
That's that.
Michael actually tells the story about a time he launched a product that he wasn't even that sure about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He just knew he couldn't wait any longer, and it ended up being a huge success for him.
Wow. See, that's amazing.
It is. And the reason it worked was because he was able to get feedback from actual customers and use that to make it even better.
You don't need to have all the answers right away. That's so important.
You really don't. You figure it out as you go.
That's what I love about Michael's advice. He is all about starting small, testing your ideas, and then growing from there.
Like that whole minimum viable product thing.
Exactly. Create like a basic version of what you're offering.
Get it out there fast.
Yes. And get that feedback. It's all about minimizing risk. That's the lean startup method.
So to wrap things up, let's think about what we've learned from Michael today and how you can apply it.
I think the biggest takeaway is just to take action, right?
Absolutely. What's one small step you can take today? Even something small like figuring out who your ideal customer is.
Or brainstorming a name for your business.
Or jotting down a quick business plan.
The important thing is to just get started. And remember, there are so many resources out there to help you.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. Find a mentor or join an entrepreneur group. There's a whole community of people who've been there, done that.
And we're rooting for you.
We are. Thanks for coming on this deep dive with us. We're so excited to see what you create. Until next time, keep dreaming big and taking action.